Chariots of the Gods by Erich von Däniken. Narrated by William Dufries. Copyright 1968 by Erich von Däniken. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with John W. White Literary Agency and was produced in the year 2011 by Tantor Media, Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. Keep listening after Chariots of the Gods for a bonus interview with author Erich von Däniken. Forward. It was more than a quarter of a century ago, in February 1968, that my first book, Memories of the Future, was published by Aegon, a German publisher. I had written the book 2 years earlier, but rejection letters from publishers fluttered on my desk with great regularity. Sorry, not usable for our program. We are very sorry. We don't want to go this way. We recommend a more esoteric publisher. In later years, I was often asked how this publishing miracle happened, to finally place this controversial work with a renowned textbook house. Today, I can finally confess, with outside help and a little discretion. I met Dr. Thomas von Randau, then the science editor of the weekly Die Zeit, in the summer of 1967. He leafed through the neatly typed manuscript, examined some of the peculiar pictures, and decided, "This is not for us. You have to publish it as a book." "And how does one find a publisher?" Dr. von Randau puffed on his pipe, looked me straight in the eyes. "I do know a publisher. I could just give him a non-committal call if you wish." He picked up the telephone and asked to be connected with Dr. Erwin Barth von Verenalb, the chief of Aegon Publishing. The blood rushed to my head. After all, I knew what Dr. von Randau could not know. My manuscript had already been turned down by Aegon. Naturally, the ensuing conversation stuck in my gray brain cells. "I have in front of me a young Swiss who wrote a totally mad book. But the guy is not mad. Maybe you should listen to him yourself." The person on the other end of the line wanted to know if I could come to his office promptly. Could I? I told myself that the boss of a large publishing house could not know what his junior staff had earlier decided about my manuscript. The deal was closed after lunch with a young editor. The manuscript would have to be slightly reworked and would be published in the spring of 1968. We only had a conflict about one point. Memories of the Future is...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?